Hey, this is a Falkland Corp doing a horror Blu-ray review. Well, it's not a review, it's just me going through them all, telling you what I've got. I'll try and do a longer video when I finish doing this, basically talking about them. But for the moment, I'm just going to show you them and move on. But yeah, I've put them into categories, and I hope you like it. Here's a pen to start us off. Alright, so the first one we've got is horror classics. Some I haven't seen, some I have seen. I've put them basically into the group that the best for. Okay, so the first one is The Crow. I haven't seen that yet, but I don't know if it's any good or not. It was cheap, so I got it. These are in alphabetical order, by the way. Most of it. Evil Dead 1. And Evil Dead 2. The Exorcist. Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 3. Halloween. The Mist. I know this isn't really a horror classic, but it's like the first one of its kind. Well, it's the first Mist, and I didn't really have anywhere else to put it. But yeah, I can see why people don't think it's a classic like what I've just like the ones I've shown you. But yeah, that's one of the lesser classics. A Nightmare on Elm Street, original, obviously. Poltergeist. Psycho, the collector's edition, well, 50th anniversary special edition. It's basically in red, and I think she's like, I think it's like a silhouette type, and then this one is like her with silver background. But yep. Glad I got that one. The Shining, and one of my favourites out of the lot, probably my most favourite, Silence of the Lambs, because it is awesome. Right, the next one is remakes and reboots. So, Freddy vs. Jason. I didn't really have anywhere to put this. It's not a remake, but it is a reboot. Freddy is not the old Freddy, he's the new Freddy. Not the Jack L. Haley one, but more of like the 5-6 type Freddy. Friday the 13th, which is basically part of 1, 2 and 3, all pushed into one. Halloween 2, which isn't that good, unfortunately, because number 1 was really good. Hannibal Rising is basically Hannibal 4, or Silence of the Lambs 4, whatever you want to call it, or 5, I don't know. Hills of Eyes 1. House of Wax. My Bloody Valentine 3D, which I did not like one bit. Nightmare on Elm Street, which has the best cover out of all my Blu-rays, I think. I just think that is just amazingly cool. I don't know if you can see it well, but it is 4 big scratches. Freddy's claws. And Scream 4, which I got today, which isn't that bad. It's actually a good film to watch if you get bored. Okay, these are kind of slasher, alternative slasher type. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. amusement. I don't know why I got that, but The Devil's Rejects, which is amazing. Now, this is kind of zombie and, like, I don't know, slasher type. Well, not slasher, murdering, but it's Death Proof and Planet Terror. It's basically the Grindhouse set, and they're both great films. Okay, this isn't really horror, but monsters, and is really bad film. I don't know why anyone likes that. It's terrible. The Sixth Sense, I know that's not really a horror, but I'd class it as a bit of a spooky type. Strangers, haven't got around to watching that. Well, I watched about half of it and then I had to switch it off, so. And Switchblade Romance, which I didn't watch on Blu-ray but then watched on DVD, and it was pretty good. Okay, now this is Zombies. 28 Days Later, classic zombie film. Day of the Dead remake, which should have been remakes, but it is more of a zombie film than a remake, you know. But I Am Legend, not really horrible, it's not scary or anything, but you know, Silence of the Lambs isn't scary, but that's one of the best horror films ever made. So, yeah. Land of the Dead, which is decent, pretty good actually. I mean, first time you hear and watch about it, you probably think, ooh, but then you watch it and it's quite a good film. Rec 1, which is freaking awesome. And Rec 2, which is probably just as awesome. Both amazing films. Resident Evil Apocalypse, never been a big fan of the Resident Evil games or the films. Resident Evil Extinction, yep, not really a fan. And Resident Evil Degeneration. I keep saying I'm not a fan even though I've got 3 of the 4 films. Or no, 5 films now. Splinter, not really a zombie, but it's more of an infectious film, you know. To do with the infected. And the last zombie film, Survival of the Dead, which I personally think is one of George A. Romero's worst films. Sorry, but it is crap. Alright, this is vampire and type of werewolfy vampire. Right, this is 30 Days a Night. Not really into that. Let the Right One In. That is a great film, but it is in Swedish, I think, or Norwegian. The Lost Boys, great classic film, but it is more of a vampire film. Oh, I also forgot to mention it's kind of animals as well. It started off with a wolf and then it kind of went to vampire, and now it's to do with animals. Rogue, which is probably the best crocodile film they've ever made, and it isn't that bad. The graphics are pretty good and it's not a bad film. Underworld Trilogy, 1 and 2 are great and 3's just as good, so yeah, they're all good films. And I have heard that there will be an Underworld 4, which does have Kate Beckinsale. Is it Beckinsale? Yeah, it's got her in it. And The Wolfman, which I found terrible. I'm surprised that Benicio del Toro is in a bad film, but Anthony Hopkins, you know. Anthony Hopkins, Mr. Smith and Benicio del Toro, I was expecting something really good, but nope. Right, it's on to alien types. Alien 1 to 4, I don't know if you can see that, like holographic, but it is a xenomorph, or an alien as everyone likes to call them. This is a very nice collection, and I know people might complain about how it isn't a horror, but I mean, come on. If you said name a sci-fi horror, one of the first things you'd think of is Alien or Predator, because you know they are huge horror genres, I think. Yeah, whatever. Right, this is Alien vs Predator box set, but it's very slim, so it's not really a box. disc, what is it, case set, but it's 1 and 2, and then when I bought the game on PS3 it was rather something like 1,200 Microsoft points or a Blu-ray, so I got the Blu-ray, which I already had because I had a PS3. Cloverfield, has something to do with like big massive aliens, so I kind of just put it in there. Ooh. Dead Space Downfall, the game's a lot better. Event Horizon, whew, that is a scary film. Predator, amazing. And Predator 2. I love how in the remake they talk about, oh not the remake, sorry, number 3 they talk about the one in the, they talk about number 1 but they won't talk about number 2, even though number 2's in fucking Manhattan, in the city, where everyone can see it. Anyway, this is kind of torture horror, so Buried, I mean I have nowhere else to put it, and it is kind of torture. Hostel 2, I want Hostel 1 more, but it is about 18 quid from HMV, which is a rip-off. Saw 1, sorry that's the tortoise if you wonder what the hell that is. Saw 2, Saw 3, obviously Saw 1 and 2 are the best. Saw 4, that's probably one of the other best. Saw 5, probably the worst. Saw 6, also a very good Saw in my opinion. And Saw 7, which has Chester Bennington in it, makes it all worth watching. And Untraceable, which I haven't watched because I got it today along with Scream 4. Okay, I only have a little bit of time left, so I'm going to show you the last 5 Blu-ray on. These are the Arrowhead films. I'll show you the ones I got in order. Okay, so first of all I got Day of the Dead. You come with a little sleeve and a poster. And as you can see, I've put my posters up. You probably can't see them, but there's Day of the Dead, Caligula, Funhouse and Battle Royale. So as you know now, I have Caligula, which comes with a very nice case and everything. Comes with this poster, more pictures. Funhouse and Battle Royale, but the better version of the Arrowhead films. So unfortunately I can't show you much about them, and I don't have many because they're about 20 to 25 quid each one. I mean I have seen Dawn of the Dead for about 17 or 16, but now this says this is a horror collection, and when I see horror collection I expect Freddy, Jason, George A. Romero type film, maybe the odd Bruce Campbell film, and you know they put 2 Bruce Campbell films in and I'm happy with this, but I was expecting horror. My Name is Bruce, not a bad film. I Saw the Dead, haven't watched, and Bubba Hotep, which basically made this box set worthwhile because Bubba Hotep was so good. I loved it, and I Saw the Dead, I don't know, but My Name is Bruce was decent. But seriously, out of all these, if you had to buy this, do buy it, because I Saw the Dead could be good, My Name is Bruce is a good watch, and Bubba Hotep is just so amazingly funny. So just have to get that box set because it is pretty good. Okay, so there's all my horrors. I'll update soon, and I'd like to shout out to Cougarmon or Kurgamon. His real name's Texas Kev. Yep, he's a really big horror fan with the figures and everything. So yep, I'd just like to shout out to him and hope you watch this video. Alright, thanks for watching, and subscribe, there'll be more videos out soon. Okay, bye.